The high-stakes George Zimmerman murder trial, the prosecution's key witness back on the stand today. Trayvon Martin's friend, who was on the phone with him until seconds before he was shot, gave chilling testimony about the 17-year-old's final moments. ABC's Matt Gutman is there in Sanford, Florida, with the latest. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Robin. Rachel Gentile spent 16 months as a mystery witness. Her identity kept strictly hidden. This morning, she'll spend a few more hours on the stand. Yesterday, her testimony began with tears and ended with her battling George Zimmerman's attorneys in open court.
This morning, the prosecution's star witness, Rachel Gentile, facing even more withering cross-examination from George Zimmerman's lawyer against her will.
I'm leaving today. Nope.
Are you refusing to come back tomorrow?
To you?
Gentile, once known as Witness 8, was on the phone with her friend, 17-year-old Trayvon Martin, the night he was shot and killed by Zimmerman. On Wednesday, she told jurors Martin thought he was being followed.
He just told me the man looked creepy. And
he said the man looked creepy?
Creepy white. Okay. Excuse my language, cracker.
Gentile says she told Martin to run away from Zimmerman, the then 28-year-old neighborhood watchman.
I said, oh, you better keep running. He said, nah, he lost them.
But Martin didn't lose him. Instead, Gentile says she heard the teen asking Zimmerman,
why are you following me for? And then I heard a hard breath man come and say, what you doing around here? And then I started hearing a little bit of Trayvon saying, get off, get off.
Prosecutors believe Gentile's story proves that Zimmerman followed and confronted Martin and then shot him. Zimmerman has pleaded not guilty, arguing Martin assaulted him and that he only shot in self-defense. Gentile's testimony at times hard to understand, but the emotional impact unmistakable. Defense attorneys, meantime, challenging her on inconsistencies in her deposition and why she lied about missing Martin's wake.
Under oath was that you created a lie and said that you'd gone to the hospital.
Yes.
This morning, Zimmerman's attorneys will again suggest Gentile has been lying to help Martin's family.
And was your purpose at that point to do what you could do to assist so that George Zimmerman got arrested?
Yes.
And in less than 2 hours, she'll be back on the stand facing those defense attorneys again. Now, there may be a reason for them trying to rattle her. Remember, Robin, the jury instructions are not only to listen to what the witness is saying, but how they are saying it. Robin.
Okay, Matt, thank you. We're going to bring in ABC News Chief Legal Affairs anchor Dan Abrams. And Dan, when you hear the testimony, I know you heard much of this key witness. What do you take away the most?
Well, she's a very important witness. But the most important thing that she said is that she says Trayvon Martin says, get off, get off. Why is that so important? Because that would suggest that George Zimmerman starts this incident. That's something George Zimmerman says is not true. George Zimmerman would say Trayvon Martin effectively confronts him. So if you believe her testimony, that becomes a very important point, A, in figuring out what happened, and B, in judging George Zimmerman's credibility.
And she's going to be back on the stand today.
Reluctantly so.
Doesn't seem too pleased about that. She has admitted that she did lie in the deposition. How did the defense do in the cross-examination?
It was pretty effective. They were able to show that she's told a couple of lies. They weren't directly related to the most important point here, but there were inconsistencies which were significant. There were outright lies which were significant. And jurors, if they don't believe some of what a witness says, are allowed to disregard everything a witness says. So we'll just have to see how she holds up as this cross-examination continues. She seemed shocked, by the way,
that
she was
going to come back.
Yeah, because the defense attorney really needs to discredit her testimony because it's that important.
Also, jurors heard some of the non-emergency calls, some of the calls that Zimmerman made to the police station, and how important is that?
They're trying to show this is a guy who calls the police whenever he sees a black person in his neighborhood. Now, the defense would say that's not at all what's happening here, but that's the point. That's what they're trying to hope.
All right, Dan. We'll see what happens today.